Welcome to the Once Upon a Sunday Fantasy Football Podcast with your hosts, Josh Kimmel, Dave Campbell, and Justin Bowerly.
Welcome back to the Once Upon a Sunday Podcast, Fantasy Football Podcast. I'm your today's host, Justin Bowerly, here with my good friend here, Viking Dave. Dave, what is going on?
Josh is dying.
Josh is literally dying.
We had to literally dying.
Kick him out of
he's
the
like,
show.
He's like, bro, can you do it without us? We're like, yes, we sound better without you.
We'll manage tonight.
We'll figure it out.
So yeah, Josh, hope you feel better, man. It really does suck that you are not going to be going. This is definitely him saying, "Where's the star of the show?"
Yeah, for sure.
But it's fine. It's fine. Everything will be good.
I'm right here, Josh.
Content. We're the only ones that actually contribute to the storyline, the actual things we talk about. Josh just moderates.
He just chimes in everything. Yeah,
he just chimes in.
He's like a referee.
He brings no stats. He brings no humor. Nothing to the show. Like, it's just the two of us anyway. So we'll see how this goes. So big-ish news today. Christian Kirk out 8 weeks.
That sucks.
That does suck. He's basically, he's out for the rest of the fantasy season. He will come back for the Super Bowl. The Jaguars are not going to the Super Bowl. I'm just gonna say
never know, but I doubt it too. I doubt it. I do like him, but
even with Christian Kirk,
I think the AFC is kind of open this year. I don't think the AFC here.
This year, for some reason, it feels like the AFC and the NFC have just
swapped. It's crazy.
Usually it's the AFC is super strong. Stacked. Yeah, and the NFC usually has two teams, and this year it's completely different. And even the Chiefs aren't that great this year.
Are not great. Baltimore's looking good. The Jaguars have been looking good. There's some decent teams. I think AFC is wide open. NFC, I think it's going to be either Philly or 49ers, but
yeah, the 49ers look so good too.
I think they're the best team in the league. When they're healthy, I think they're the best team easily. That's just my opinion. But
it looks like Brock Purdy's figured his mental issues out and concussion issues out and whatnot. And honestly, all Brock Purdy has to do is throw the ball to Debo and CMC. Literally, he has like 150 yards off of Debo's screens.
Yeah, exactly.
So crazy.
Pretty nice to have.
Josh, we do miss you, man. We do. But moving on. So let's talk about today is our starts and sits show of the week, as it says right there. I guess I have to plug the podcast and everything. So be sure to follow OUSFF Pod at Josh Kimmel OUS, at Viking Dave 18, and at Justin Bowerly on X. You can follow the podcast on Instagram at OUSFF Pod. Join our Discord. It is in the description of this episode. And be sure to follow us on YouTube at Finstock Sports Network. And you can find a lot more content at OUSFF Pod. We go live Tuesdays at noon, Wednesdays at 8 p.m., and Fridays at noon. Like I said, you can find all of our shows and all of the network shows on the Finstock Sports Network. But you can find even more fantasy content at the OUSFF Pod
You'll get
on
it.
YouTube. So good Lord, man. I used to host a show too, and this is really difficult to me. I do host a show, and then I come here and I can't talk. So let's get right into it. Let's talk about our quarterbacks of the week. So if my hotkeys will work, there we go. I had the same issue yesterday on the show with Josh. Anyways, so we have Jared Goff or Justin Herbert. Goff goes up against the Chicago Bears, who they just played in week 11. Justin Herbert goes up against the Denver Broncos. It looks like it's a divisional weekend for both of our options here. Dave, you want to start?
These matchups, I can't go against the guy, the stud, the guy that you drafted in the top, 4 or 5 rounds. I know he's had a couple of down games. I'm just not benching him, especially if I'm trying to make the playoffs. It's the last week of the season, or you're going for a bye. I'm not benching Herbert. He's a top 5 quarterback, and Goff's been playing really, really good. I get all that. The Bears' defense is not that good. I'm just not benching Justin Herbert. I'm sorry. You might have better stats to support something. I don't know, but I can't do it. I can't pull the trigger. I'm going with the guy that I drafted. That's got me here at this point. That's what I'm going with.
So I don't have the stats. Everything I have is on our screen here. So if you're an audio listener, come over to YouTube and you can see all the things on this screen. There's a lot of information on this screen. But if we're looking at, what have they done for us recently? Justin Herbert has not been that guy, unfortunately, over the last 2 weeks, at least. I mean, he had the 25-point game against the Packers in week 11. Week 12, he had 14.4, which was under his projection of 18. Last week, he had 8 points against the New England Patriots. I get it. They don't let teams score, but he only had 8 points. He's going up against the Denver Broncos, who give up the 10th most points. I believe that's how I have that written. They're either the 10th best or the 10th worst. I'm pretty sure it's the 10th best defense in the league against the quarterback. The Bears are the Bears. I mean, there's going to be a lot of points. Justin Fields is going to want to score a lot of points. Jared Goff's going to want to score a lot of points. They had a rough outing last week against the Saints. No, I'm sorry. They had a great outing against the Saints. They had a rough outing against the Packers. They had a rough start to the Bears. I think they're going to want to try to put the Bears away early this game. I'm going Jared Goff. I understand why you can't really bench Justin Herbert, but I want to get in the playoffs. And if you look at Jared Goff's stats, he has a lot more. He has better stats over the last couple of weeks.
Well, he just played the Bears 3 weeks ago. I was actually about to look that up.
Yeah.
I'm so glad that you just put that up there because I was about to go look. I thought he had a bigger game, to be honest. But I know that now that I think about it, they were terrible for about 3 quarters, and then they had that big comeback. So, I mean, what if he hits the 16.7 mark again? Somewhere in that area. That's kind of what I expect, that's not blowing you away. And so that's why I'm going to go with Herbert. Even if he has a bad game, most likely he's going to be similar, but he's got that upside to throw 4 touchdowns, even though all the receivers are hurt besides Allen, it seems like.
I'm
still going with Herbert.
Yeah, we talked about this with Ridley and McLaurin last week, where if you want the high ceiling, you go Ridley. If you want that the stable points, you go with McLaurin. McLaurin got 0.
Even though he got
Ridley
0,
got like 7. We were still right with saying start Ridley. Yeah, I guess I'm going with I want the 15 to 18 points range. I want those guaranteed points. Justin Herbert might get 25 points this week. He might also get 10.
8, you're right. It could happen.
So we are not we didn't sweep that one across the board. It's fine. But
that's what we need. A little bit of goes both ways.
Yeah. And maybe somebody likes mine reasons be better than yours, and maybe somebody likes your reasons better. Let's talk about the running back position. We have Jerome Ford against the Jacksonville Jaguars, or James Cook going to Kansas City to play the Chiefs. You started last time. I'll go this time. James Cook is coming off of a bye week. He also had 2 great outings against the Eagles and the Jets, who have 2 very good defenses. He's playing against the Chiefs, who give up. I'm pretty sure that's give up. Hold on. God, my bookmarks are not the same. Oh no. Okay, I got it. Jerome Ford has had 2 good weeks back to back. A decent week against the Steelers, honestly. I mean, 11.9. He was projected 12.4, so only a half point off there. Both of these guys are good enough to be in your starting lineup. But it's which one would you rather have in your starting lineup at this point? If I'm looking at history over the last couple of weeks, I'm going to go James Cook here. I like Jerome Ford, but I'm going to go with James Cook here.
I agree. Cook has way more upside, especially with catching passes. I mean, you see the last 2 weeks that he played, he's been really, really good. And when the Bills actually use him right, he's been so good. There was a stretch there. And, I mean, he started out great. And then there was a stretch where he wasn't getting used very much, and now he's back to being used, catching passes and all those things. Ford is what he is. He's not going to probably kill you. He's probably not going to, those 14 points last week were really solid. And even the 12. I mean, if you get 12 points from him like the 2 weeks before that, you're okay with that. But Cook has the upside, the big offense. We know that. I think we all expect, a pretty, high-scoring game with the Chiefs, even though that means they'll probably end up being, 17-14 or something. But Cook has the upside. He's got the production. He's kind of got it all right now. That's who I would definitely go with also.
Yeah, I did look it up. The Chiefs give the 22nd most amount of points to running backs. The Jaguars give up the 18th most.
So they're pretty
like
close.
The 10th best and the 14th best against the running back position. So you said James Cook also?
Yeah, I agree with Cook. Okay. That's who I go with.
So both James Cook there. Again, both of these guys are probably should have pretty decent games.
And there's still some guys with bye weeks, so you're probably starting them both, but I think Cook will have a better game.
Yep. Let's talk about the wide receiver position. We got Nico Collins, who had an explosion game against the Saints.
Oh, man.
Not this. Did I do that wrong?
No, he played. He did play. No, they played Denver. They played Denver.
Just
Texans and Broncos.
Say that's the Broncos right there. So they're playing the Jets this week. Cooper Kupp had an okay game, but he's had a very bad season. He had a good start, but he's had a bad season since. I've actually been benching Cooper Kupp. I'm not even gonna lie to you, and I've been winning games. I don't even care.
Must be deep.
I mean, do you want me to read the roster? I am deep. They both are playing the two hardest defenses against the wide receiver position. That's going to be the challenge right there, is that neither of these teams give up points. We're looking at, let's see, wide receivers. The Jets give up 18 points total to wide receivers, where the Ravens give up 22.6 points to wide receivers. They don't give up points. However, I'm going to go Nico Collins here.
I had a feeling you might.
I'm going off he's been having big games. That's the thing. He's been having big games when he plays. It's just Cooper Kupp is just, I've said it in the offseason. I've said it all season. I will continue saying it. Cooper Kupp has had 2 good seasons in his entire career. The rest of it has been very mediocre, in my opinion. He's not a wide receiver 1 in the league. He's never going to be a wide receiver 1 again in this league. I'm benching Cooper Kupp for Nico Collins.
Well, I do think he is a wide receiver 1. I think he's really, really good. He's a great route runner and all that. That being said, I know this was probably surprising people. I'm going with Collins also. He's been getting the ball. Tank Dell is now gone, so Nico has less competition. I mean, look at his last 3 weeks, even 13.5. Like, that's not bad. 23.4, 34. Like, he went off last week. We know that. He's gonna get probably sauce on him, which sucks, but Kupp has not been good. You see the 2 points, 4 points, and even last week that was really saved by the touchdown. Obviously he'll take it. Wait, that can't be right. The Rams didn't play the Patriots last week, so that's wrong.
I screwed this graphic all up. The points
I was like,
are
wait,
right.
They didn't play. Yes, I believe
the points are right. The teams are not right. It's
my
fine.
bad. No, I wasn't trying to call you out. I was just like, wait a minute, that's not who they played.
No, I realized it. If we go back to the, I think I did the running backs before. No, I don't know what I was looking at.
That's all good. He hasn't been great. He's not getting all the targets. Puka's still there. Anyways, I still think you got to start Kupp. I do still think he's really, really good. That being said, I think Nico's hot, and you continue riding that, especially with Tank Dell out. I mean, you're starting Cooper Kupp 100%. Unless you're apparently stacked like you are, but you're starting
on this team right here. I have AJ Brown, Justin Jefferson is coming back this week.
Ooh.
I have Deebo Samuel.
Damn.
I have Travis Kelce. I have Patrick Mahomes, Jalen Hurts.
That's pretty awesome. I mean,
I have DeAndre Swift on my bench right now. I have our guy Evan Ingram.
Nice. You better be undefeated.
And then I have Cooper Kupp. No, so the 2 weeks that I have lost, Jalen Hurts is out, Patrick Mahomes is out, and Kelce.
Wait, you got Hurts and Mahomes? Is this a dynasty league? Jesus Christ, I don't know what league that's in.
It's in shit show with Josh. This is the league where I drafted Josh Allen 101.
Oh, you traded for Mahomes, I think.
I traded with Josh to get a 6th pick of the first round and took Mahomes.
How did you get all of those other receivers and stuff then? That's what I don't understand.
So I traded away Josh Allen, got a bunch of first round picks and Justin Jefferson with it.
You traded
to your boy Adam.
Oh my God, Adam, I love you, but geez, I remember. You know what's funny is I think he asked me about that, and I was like, don't
do
it.
it. Everybody has said don't do that trade.
And then I think I heard about it, and I was like, all right.
I was like, man, I don't know. I like Josh Allen so much. He was like, I really want Josh Allen. I was like,
dude,
I'm gonna steal this from you.
He'll
Then
do anything, but hey, good deal for you. Wow, you got those quarterbacks, and you got JJ, and you got AJ Brown. Jesus Christ, I don't even know who your running backs are. How are you benching Swift?
I have Josh Jacobs and Raheem Mostert.
Jesus Christ,
Swift had a rough week last week. I actually might put Swift in.
He's been hit or miss lately.
I actually have. I lied. I have Kupp in my flex right now.
See, liar.
But I might switch him out for Swift.
Yeah, I get it.
Oh, and Justin Fields is also on my bench.
Jesus. So you got 3 stud quarterbacks?
I traded for Justin Fields this year too.
Jesus.
All right.
Anyway, talking about your hype.
I got Collins. You got Kupp. We don't
know.
No,
I said I'm taking Nico also.
Oh, you took Nico also. Oh,
yeah.
God.
Yeah.
You did it. You changed up on me after I wrote you.
I know you guys thought I had it locked up. I know you guys think you know me so
well. Josh did not put in the comments who he's got, so we'll figure it out later, I guess. Tight end. We're already at the tight end position. So if this will load, the tight end.
We need some questions. Where's the start and sit? That's what I want to know.
I know. It's not going. Oh, there we go. There we go. StreamYard, man.
Ooh.
Okay. Taysom Hill or Isaiah Likely. This is actually a pretty interesting start sit question because Isaiah Likely is now the tight end 1. He's probably the third option on the Ravens offense. That's a high power offense. He's coming off of a bye week. He did pretty well in his one start of the season with 8 points, which was 0.1 more than his projected. However, Taysom and the Rams give up the third most points to the tight end position. Flip side, the Saints go up against Panthers, who give up the 25th most points to the tight end position. Taysom Hill plays more than just the tight end position. We know he plays quarterback, he plays running back, he plays tight end. Derek Carr is out. They're going to be running Jameis Winston and probably Taysom Hill.
I'm going with Taysom Hill.
I'm going Taysom Hill also.
I like Likely, but I think earlier in the season, Andrews missed a game or something. I think everybody got Likely off the waiver wire, spent all this money off of him, and he did nothing. I don't even think he caught a pass or something. And I think Likely is a good player, and there's a decent chance he goes off. I mean, that's definitely possible. Taysom just gives you more probably upside. He, like you said, he can throw it. He might run it. He might catch one. He might do anything. I don't know what these guys are going to do. And he had a few weeks in between, right after me and you were hyping him up a couple weeks ago. He got pretty cold and he went invisible. But that's what the tight ends do. And now he's back to being used a little bit more. That being said, I'm gonna go with Taysom. He just gives you more upside, more chances, to score points, and that's what you want.
It was against the Bengals when Andrews got hurt, right?
That sounds right, but
I think it was. I'm pretty sure it was because it was a Thursday night game. I watched it. Yeah, it was the Bengals.
Oh, you're right.
He had 0 points that night, but he followed it up with 9 points the following week. So
yeah, I mean,
that week 11 it was when he finally got to go in. He's had a 9-point game against Seattle in week 9. He's had a couple of games here and there. But yeah, you got to look at the upside here. Taysom Hill is going to get you points on the ground, in the air, and throwing the ball. So I'm going Taysom Hill here. You're lining up a quarterback in your tight end position, and it's
not fair.
It's not fair, but it's fun. So
yeah.
Okay, we got some questions. Cole Kmet or Dallas Goedert?
Is Goedert playing again? Is he finally back?
Goedert is officially back. He was practicing today. And pretty sure he is going to play. He was a full participant in today's practice.
Philly plays. They play Cowboys. Oh, that's going to be a big game. I want to look. Komet's been a big part of that offense. And who they're playing, Detroit. I'm going to go with Komet, even though I love Goddard. I think I'm going to wait a week and see how he comes into that team. Plus, Dallas has a good defense.
Dallas does have a pretty good defense. Again, this is Goddard's first game back. We don't know what his usage is going to be like. I would go with Cole Kmet here as well. And Josh also agrees he would go Kmet too. What is this? I didn't even read it. Justin and Dirtbag, McBride or Taysom rest of the season. I'll take my answer off air. Thanks. Bye.
That's easy. It's McBride. Right now, he's a top 5 tight end, and I think Taysom's right behind him. But McBride's been amazing since he started.
McBride is pretty good. He's pretty good. Yeah, I would go McBride. You don't know, because what if Jameis does really well and then Taysom doesn't actually get used as a quarterback position?
Oh, is Taysom starting? I mean, not Taysom. Jameis?
Jameis is starting. Derek Carr. So Derek Carr has his second concussion of the year, which usually means he's going to miss 2 to 3 to maybe even 4 weeks.
Yeah, that's crazy.
So
you know what I think the best part of that is? I think that jumps up Olave because Jameis just slings that shit.
That's what we all want to see, right? Jameis just killing the ball. Any other questions? Throw them in the chat. Dave, how are your fantasy teams doing this year?
Man, you know what's funny is right when we came on. No, my teams are doing mostly good. There was a couple of dynasty leagues that I knew I wasn't going to be good in, but I'm going to make the playoffs in 2 out of my 4 home league redrafts, maybe 3. I'm barely hanging on, so we'll see. But the other 2, one I have locked up a bye. Another one, and that one I'm probably going to get the total points money. And then the other one I'm in 3rd, and I have a very good chance of getting the buy in that one too. So I'm doing okay. One league, probably my favorite league, the league I won last year, the league I've won the most out of everyone. Josh knows it. It's our favorite. It's our big, with all our buddies. I'm in last place. So my draft did not go so well. I drafted Jonathan Taylor. I drafted Cooper Kupp, and I drafted. So those guys obviously missed the first month. I drafted Christian Watson. He ended up being a piece of crap. So that
he had a couple of good weeks, and then he got again.
It was overall I'm doing good.
I'm 4 for 6 in Dynasty, getting into the playoffs. The one that I'm in with you, I'm last in the league, so I understand that. And then I have a Devi league as one of my dynasties, and I'm like middle of the road. There's 26 teams in that league, and holy crap, it is insane. I have some good rookies though. So I'm excited about like getting Bucky Irving and Jalen Milroe and Jordan Travis and stuff like that. But it's really it's a mess. Other than that, like all my redrafts, I finally lost in Scott Fishbowl, so I'm out of the playoffs after round 2. That sucked for me. I think I was like 1,000 people made the cut, and I was like 1,020 or something like that. It really sucked.
That sucks.
Warrior Bowl, I've been pretty awful in. Our Finstock Sports Network one, I gave up on that like weeks ago. Yeah, it's been pretty bad for all my redraft. I have one redraft that I'm going to make the playoffs in.
Ooh, not a good redraft year for you.
I'm a great Dynasty player, so come back on Friday and talk Dynasty Friday. Hopefully Josh is feeling better. If not, it might just be me on Friday.
Yeah, probably, because I might probably be busy, most likely. Yeah. Hopefully he'll be all right. He'll suck it up by Friday.
Are you cheating in Scott Fishbowl? They tell you not to make waiver claims.
First of all, so let me explain myself. I thought I was out of it like a month ago. I just want to set a lineup just to be safe. So I've been setting a lineup anyway, just because I don't know how to. I clicked on that link. I couldn't find my team. I don't know. Anyways, I thought I was out of it. So in our little group Orlando chat, someone commented, Dave's in it. He made it past whatever round, blah, blah, blah. And I was like, oh, I didn't even know. That's cool. I just been setting a lineup. Well, apparently he was talking about a different league that this guy commissions. So I needed a quarterback. I had Burrow and I had somebody. I had like no quarterbacks. So I went and got Trubisky because I didn't realize it. And again, I haven't looked. And so I just picked up some guys and I didn't know. And so, yeah, someone mentioned it in our little chat. They're like, yo, Dave, like, why are you making moves? I was like, someone said I'm still in it. What's going on? And I went back and like showed the thing that, oh, he's talking about a different league. I'm like,
why would you talk about that in the I hate that.
Maybe I missed the full conversation because I mute the chat, obviously, but I was tagged. So I saw that and then I read down, but I didn't go up. So maybe they were talking about, obviously they probably were talking about the other league. And he just happened to mention that because I'm like the number one. I was the number one in my division and like one of the top teams in the whole league and that other one. So he's like, oh yeah, like Dave made it by like his team is stacked, which my team is nice in that one. So that's what he was talking about. Anyways, there was confusion. I didn't mean to add guys, but I did. So sorry, whoever needed a player.
I got to get down to Orlando for next year's Scott Fishbowl, I think.
For sure.
We'll see. That weekend that you guys usually draft is the weekend that like I have in-laws coming to so it's like,
well, maybe they'll switch it up. I think it's been different. Oh no, it's been similar. It's been really similar both times. So yeah, it's like the first week in July or something. First week or two in July.
Do you know where you finished in Scott Fishbowl?
No idea.
Do you want me to blast you on here?
It's probably bad. I know that team wasn't that good. It was like middle of the pack in like my division, but I have no idea where it was. It wasn't that good.
So you finished 10-12.
Yeah, that's what I said about middle of the pack.
2,332.
That's great. That's amazing. No, I had Burrow, who's obviously been out. I had lost. I think I had Kirk. I might have had Kirk. You know what? Let me look at my team. I'll show you right now.
Josh finished the regular season at 1368. He lost in the first round. I finished 1620 and lost in the second round.
Here it is. I've been starting Minshew, Rashad White, Dylan, but of course Dylan hasn't been great. I had Hawkinson, who was awesome. Bijan, who was up and down. Zay Flowers. Who else? I had Watson, and obviously he was up and down, and he got hurt. So my quarterbacks were a shit show, and then Bijan's been up and down. Was awesome, but
I started off pretty poorly. My first round pick was Justin Fields at 107. Then I got JT and Derrick Henry. Ooh. And Derrick Henry had a slow start. JT obviously missed the first 4 weeks. It was very, very tough for me at the start of this. And I by the end of the season, I finished first in division. Yeah. So, I mean, I finished first in the division by the end of it. So I was fine with that. All right. Well, that is going to, I think, wrap it up here. So be sure to come back on Friday for Dynasty Friday. Don't know what the topic is. It's probably just going to be me, but you heard me. I'm 4 for 6 in Dynasty to make the playoffs this year. So obviously I'm doing something right. Come back and we'll talk some more. Be sure to follow us on all the social medias at OUSFFPod. Come to our Discord. Like, subscribe, hit the bell notification.
Josh, take some medicine, dummy.
Josh,
figure it out.
We might have to find a replacement for you if you don't. Can we kick him off his own podcast?
We can. We can do whatever we want. We run the show now.
We do run the show now.
We're the captain now.
Dude, we have had the most viewers the entire show since I've started.
Of course.
And Josh isn't here.
Once they figured out Josh was gone, they're like, I'm in.
Yeah, let's get out of here.
Thanks for listening. Be sure to like and subscribe wherever you watch or listen to podcasts. Follow on X and Instagram at OUSFFPOD. We'll be back next week for more ways to win your league.